right, let's speak to the film critic James Luxford for more on this. They're joining us from Stratford-upon-Avon in the United Kingdom. James, good to have you with us. Now, just first up then, what were your takeaways from the awards?
First of all, that it was a very different kind of awards ceremony for obvious reasons. The global pandemic, meaning that the biggest awards of the Hollywood calendar had to find new ways to make it seem special, and also the large number of diverse winners among the nominees. Of course, Chloe Zhao being the first woman of color to win Best Director, and only the second woman to win the award in the event's histories. Many firsts right down the winners, from Daniel Kaluuya to behind the scenes, Mia Neal and Jamaica Wilson, the first black winners for makeup and hairstyling for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. So a very different award ceremony in good ways as well as other challenging ways.
Well, let's pick up the good ways first, and I think we can both agree that the diversity of these awards was something that really stood out. Do you think the Oscars have now answered that issue of 2015 of Oscars so white?
Yes and no. I think it's a wonderful thing that people, a wider range of stories and a wider range of performers have been honoured and merited. We are, however, 90 or so ceremonies into the Oscars history. This is in some ways in progress. In other ways, it's about time, I would say. I think it's a welcome sign that there are a wider number of performers and stories that can make it to the highest stage. But in another sense, I'd very much like that to be continued in the future.
Absolutely. And the challenges of the night, I wonder if what you're talking about is the fact that, as I said, many people haven't actually seen these movies for this year in cinemas. Is it a question of how cinema continues after the pandemic and in the coming years?
Absolutely. It is a watershed moment for the cinema industry because, unlike other art forms, theatre, music, the delivery system that is the most traditional has been halted, but an up-and-coming delivery system has thrived, I suppose. Companies such as Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon really making the most of that shortage of theatrical distributors. I think in the public and in the industry there is a thirst for a return to the more traditional exhibition, the idea of the biggest movies being on the biggest screens. However, how realistic that is moving forward as we slowly come back from the global pandemic remains to be seen.
Well, it certainly does. I am myself looking forward to getting back to the cinema whenever I get the chance. Okay, James Luxford, do appreciate your thoughts. Thank you very much for being with us.